Hi, I'm Lynn from LynnieCDesigns. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in West Sussex in the UK. I'm coming on today just to share a couple of cards that I made with one of the bundles from the current mini catalogue. If you haven't got a demonstrator, live in the UK, then please drop me an email or leave a comment below. I'd love to send you a catalogue and put you on my mailing list. I'm using Peace and Joy stamp set and dies, which are fantastic. But before I start waffling, I'll just flip the camera over and we'll get started, shall we? So again, here is the stamp set. It's got 11 photopolymer stamps, which are really lovely. I love all the sentiments and the great images. And then the die set, it has the 3 words, so bright, peace and joy, in really thin die cut, and then you have some layers. So this second layer actually cuts out the stamped image of this, and this gives you a background. So if I show you this example, all of the examples of cards will be on my blog and there'll be a link below. This left over from a project that I did a couple of weeks ago, and I will leave a link just above here, but you can see that's the tiny die cut, and then you've got the white layer, which is the next level, and then you've got another mat below. So I think they're really pretty and really give you a chance to step up your projects. I'm using the Stamparatus, so I've got a little template, so I stamped the words, die cut them, and then I keep this because then you can die cut the shapes out, pop them in, and then use the Stamparatus to actually do multiples if you're doing sort of like a batch of cards. So we'll come back to that. So I've already die cut my words from Very Vanilla. The bases this time are going to be in Pretty Peacock, 10.5 by 29.7, and it's scored at 14.8. I've got a matting layer for the inside of each for Very Vanilla, and they measure 10.2 by 14.5. And then I've got 2 pieces of Night of Navy. Now this is 5 centimeters by 14.8, and this is 5 centimeters by 12.5. And then this is Just Jade, and this is a quarter sheet, so it's 10.5 centimeters, and then this is cut 7, and that leaves just under 8 for those. So let's get on with the stamping. And I've already cut these, so hopefully you can see these. I'm trying out a new, the grid sheet was part of our swag bag for attending our virtual annual conference last weekend. So I'm hoping it doesn't give everybody a headache, but there we are. So I'm going to stamp those in Pretty Peacock. Now you might wonder where I'm getting my inspiration from for the colours for this card. I tend to, if I don't have an idea in mind, I will tend to look at the DSP or some paper that Stampin' Up have already got, because they do the hard work for you and kind of work out what goes together. So check they are in place. Got the ink on nicely, and then pop that down. I love my Stamparatus. So yes, the brightly gleaming specialty designer series paper has Night of Navy and Pretty Peacock in, so I thought, well, they'll go together. And I threw in Just Jade because I wanted a green matte. Perfect. Now it doesn't matter that they have come off with the stamps, but they are perfect. So we'll pop that down, let those dry, pop that out the way for a minute. I've already pre-scored the cards, so let's reinforce those scores on both of those with my bone folder. And then we are going to do a little bit of stamping with some of the floral stamps. Now I've already mounted them on blocks, and I'm going to do tone on tone. So using the Pretty Peacock still, we are going to, now one of these cards is going to be portrait and one is landscape. I'm going just to save my lovely new grid paper, I'm going to bring that in there. And then I'm going to just show you. So we've got a strip going across here and down the middle there. So I kind of, if you need a guide, you can bring that in there. We're just going to pop that across there. And I just want to put these images here. You can see that's there. Pop that one down there. I'm going to do that there. It doesn't matter if they come off. And this one is a slightly shorter, not going to go right to the end. And this one I want to have a couple of these that way. And I'm just kind of mirroring what I'm doing. Again, coming off, so perfect. So that's off to one side. I'm just going to use my chamois to clean that, clean as I go. Now, then I'm going to take this sort of ferny colour and ferny sort of leaf or frond. Now you could do second generation stamping, but I'm just gonna, want it to be lovely and dark. Perfect. I'm already liking the way that looks. And then we'll go off that end. With those three. So I'm not going to worry that that is a little bit far out, if you can see that. Yes, you can. And now this one, let's clean that. And I did my samples because I was going to copy them, and of course I haven't copied them directly, but doesn't matter. That's fine. I'm going to bring that in and pop that there. It doesn't matter that they're overlapping, I quite like the look of that. And this one I'm going to bring up there. Perfect. Happy with that. Give that a quick clean. Now, no, we need that open, and we're going to pop those to one side for a minute. We're going to, I've got two scraps, but I'm going to have Mary and I must have got ink on myself somewhere. Do a second and there. Perfect. Oh, bless. We don't need that anymore. And then I'm going to stamp some holly leaves in Mossy Meadow and use the cherry cobbler for the berries. So I want 2 on each card, and I'm just going to fussy cut them. I know some people don't really enjoy fussy cutting, but I have to say I do. Now what I'm going to do is, the reds can stain the photopolymer stamps, but to try and avoid that, I stamp in Versamark first, and then clean it off in between each one. And although it still stains because it's red pigment, but it actually doesn't stain as much, I find anyway. And some people might not worry about it. Oh, excuse the squeaking, that is my pad. Now you should say normally your berries will be red anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I like to try and I like to try and keep them as clean as possible. So there we are. We've done that. And I'm just going to use my snips to cut those out, leaving a little border. A little one. I don't think I did that very straight. There we go. Now I'm gonna, you don't really want me to fussy cut. Do you want to watch me fussy cutting? I'm not very quick. What I tend to do is separate these out. And then again leaving a little border. And a great tip is try not to sort of cut round the images. Use your other hand to move the paper. I used to really worry about it because I wanted it all to be absolutely even and perfect. But it's a homemade card, for goodness sake. So actually, who cares? And I'm still not, I wouldn't say I'm perfect, but I actually find it quite therapeutic. I've been making lots of Christmas cards at the moment, and there we go, they're really pretty. So I'm gonna put you on pause and cut the rest of those out, and I will be back. So I'm back. I've got those cut, and whilst I was away I used some embossing folders to just add some texture to the other pieces of cardstock. So I used the Tasteful Textiles on the Night of Navy and the Dainty Diamonds on the Just Jade, and I think they're lovely. I'm just trying to work out, I think what I might do is use one way and one the other, just so that they're a little bit different. And now we can start putting this lot together. So let me put those down there, get my glue. I'm going to leave the insides blank at the moment. I'm sure I can find, I've got some other lovely stamps that I will put a Happy Christmas sentiment on the inside. Fabulous, that's those. So we're going to I'm not really adding an awful lot of dimension to these cards on purpose, because I like to keep them sort of a little bit clean and simple. So we're going to pop that on that way round. So we've got the deboss. That's so pretty. And then we're going to and pop that down there. Again, let's try and get that straight in. My friends do laugh at me because they say if it's not wonky, it's not one of my cards. Whether it's I've got a slight astigmatism in one eye. Whether it's that or not, I don't know. Oh, I like that. I think I like the embossed side up on that. But they're both lovely. The deboss is beautiful as well. So we are going to have, this is quite easy, these ones, to add a little bit of glue, probably adding too much. Either comes out really quickly or not quickly enough. Pop. That one. Got hair in the middle. Oh, I think that colour goes really well together. And then pop that down. Oh, uh-oh. I'll use my silicone mat. Let's just not quite trimmed that enough. See, that is my perfectionist coming out. It needs to be all equal. Still not straight, but there we go. It will be our secret. More fingers and thumbs today, aren't I? I have to let that dry. And I'll use my little brush to get those off. And then I'm going to pop these up on with mini dimensionals. Now what did I do with those? They were here, there we are, brand new set. Just use my poker tool, and they fit perfectly behind the berries. I'm just going to pop the berries up. I'm not going to worry about putting anything else on there. That's it. They're a bit dark and moody, aren't they? I might have to add some wink of Stella to the berries. One thing with the wink of Stella, if you're going to do different colours, it does actually spread the ink, so you do have to just make sure that there's no red on there. And then I'm going to add some to the leaf as well. Oh, that's lovely. So if you haven't already subscribed, please do. There will be a subscribe button sort of down here somewhere. And hit the notification bell. It's free to subscribe. I'm just trying to get my viewers numbers up. That's much better. Let's just do one. Peace and joy, merry and bright. So what do you think? A bit too dark? Those are the lighter ones. There's quite a contrast, but I like both actually. I think they're both equally nice, but I do like the little bit of sparkle which lifts this one. Thanks for watching. I will see you again soon, hopefully. Bye for now.